A cameras rolling. Audio.
B. Good.
Yep.
And
Hi, my name is Nick Trask, and I'm the owner of Trask Performance, and I'm here today to tell you my story. Well, I'm from a little town in New Zealand. It's called Kaikoui in the Bay of Islands of New Zealand, and real small place. You know, my dad had Harleys my whole life, and kind of got me going on it, and at least introduced me to Harley Davidson, and grew a passion for it from an early age. Actually, my very first motorcycle I got from my cousin. It was a hand-me-down little Honda 50. I was probably 7, 8 years old, and I'll be gone. Me and my little cousin sitting on the back, we're riding through the farms. Easy rider. All around the streets until my dad caught me out on the road and sent me home. We grew up a lower middle class family, and you know, we had humble beginnings, and I got in some trouble, but I was inquisitive. I didn't like school when I grew up. I had problems learning stuff that I wasn't interested in. So a lot of kids, they're learning the subject at school, and I'm drawing motorcycles on my school book. I left school when I was 16 years old, and my guidance counselor said, "Nick, you leave school now, you're going to be in the dole, you're going to be unemployment line, you're going to be a useless bugger. You're never going to go anywhere." At 16, I went to automotive school. It was a polytechnic down in Whangarei, and I got into the school to start my apprenticeship, and then I topped out my class, right, because I was interested in it. And I learned everything I could. I was a sponge for the information, and it was my passion, so that's what I put the effort into learn it. It was nothing like school. I was reading an Easy Rider magazine. I saw this ad from Motorcycle Mechanics Institute. So I filled out the ad from the envelope, shipped it off. And about a month later, I got a call. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm laying in bed, I wake up. I answer the phone. It was a guy named John from the motorcycle school. And some crazy accent on the phone. And I'm thinking to myself, he's calling a little country guy from New Zealand. Right, I'm thinking that I almost won a lottery. He says, "You want to come over to the United States and go to the motorcycle school?" I made a decision right then. Yeah, man. I had a daughter that was a year old, and I had to leave her behind. That was the hardest thing, right? That's the hardest thing I've ever done. Say goodbye to my daughter. And a lot of other countries look at America like, you know, Elvis Presley and Harley Davidson and all these icons, Levi jeans and all this sort of stuff, right? That we could never have when we were kids because they're too expensive. And so it's like, you know, America, man. Right, so I went down to the travel agency to get my ticket, jump on the plane, fly over to the States. I didn't know anybody, didn't have a place to stay. I had my little Forrest Gump suitcase, and that's it. I was green as they come. Fuck, I've never seen a cactus. I don't even know what a cactus is. Right, get to Arizona and there's cactus everywhere and it's hot as hell. The school was supposed to be 6 weeks. Well, I thought I was gonna go there and do the performance class and then go back. I got over here, Nick, you gotta spend a year. And I sold whatever I had in New Zealand to come over here, right? I had to have enough money for my school and supposedly to live, but I'm like, I can't live for a year. I was planning on coming here for a year. I said, man, I'm gonna go to Deer Valley. Deer Valley! Anyone know what Deer Valley is? No one knew where Deer Valley was, right? 10 people later, I find someone that knows where Deer Valley is. So I jump on the shuttle, go up to the school. The recruiter, the only contact I've ever had with anyone in America, was off that week. Right, so I literally didn't know a soul. And I'm sitting in the lobby of the school, and man, I've been traveling for a couple of days, and I thought, shit, man, now what? I don't even know anyone that can tell me where to go to get a place. So I talked to the Sheila behind the desk and say, hey, where can I stay around here? So she calls me a cab. So okay, let's go. So I'm all about it, right? Anything for an adventure. Well, I've got some traveler's checks. I'm going to pay for as many months as I need to, and I pull out my little traveler's checks, and I had a couple months rent. Then she says it's the apartment over there. So I walk into the apartment, open the door. Fucking place is empty. There's nothing in it. I've never been in a... I'm thinking, you greedy buggers. You don't leave anything in there. Like no toilet paper, nothing. It's empty. I got my backpack, and I got a studio apartment, and there's nothing in it. And then I'm thinking, man, now what? I don't even know where a grocery store is. I don't even know how to get to a grocery store. So I'm just walking around and say, hey, we'll figure it out. So I walk outside and I start walking around the place, checking it out, and everything's dead. Right? Everything's dead. I'm just like, okay, this is different. I had to get an interim job just to stay alive, right? Just to get enough money to stay alive, right? So I had to go work. I had to go work under the table, right? Wrenching on cars. You know, I'll do whatever it takes, man. I'll sweep the freeway. Doesn't matter. Yeah, so I go get a job. I go to school in the mornings, and then afternoons I go to automotive shop up the street and pull motors and do whatever. So I was a sponge for knowledge, and as soon as everyone goes for smoko break, I didn't smoke cigarettes or nothing, so I didn't care about that. So I'd go up to the teacher and drill them for questions and pull information out of them. My girlfriend at the time, Heather, she worked, and she helped pay the bills, and we didn't need a whole lot.
Nick and I met in the spring of 2000. He was a technician at a Harley-Davidson dealership that my stepdad was managing the service department. He had a roommate at the time that had a secret crush on me and had called me trying to ask me out, but couldn't get up the nerve. So in typical Nick fashion, he took the phone and he asked me out on that same phone call. So I said yes, and the rest is history.
And Heather just happened to be Miss Bike Week, right? And I'm thinking to myself, I was pretty confident, right? I'm gonna get that Sheila, right? And she's looking at this dude like, who's this? He's kind of an idiot, but he's kind of cool.
So Nick and I ended up getting married 6 months after we met. We had a secret elopement to Las Vegas. We tried to get Elvis to marry us because I figured if I was gonna get married in Vegas, that it had to be Elvis, right? So Elvis had bronchitis. We got Judge Judy instead. Shortly after we were married, Nick decided he didn't want to work for the dealership anymore, and that's when his vision started. His plan was this: I'm going to sell these 2 Sportster motorcycles that I have and go into business. I remember visiting him after my day at work and seeing him just push a giant broom through the shop because there wasn't much work. And he questioned it. He wondered, did we do the right thing? Did I do the right thing? But we figured if we kept working and kept at it, eventually something was going to happen.
So back in 05, 06, everybody used to bring their bikes up to the hideaway. Choppers, race bikes, just whatever we had. And that's where I met Nick. I think the first thing I noticed about Nick was his accent. But then I went over and looked at one of his bikes, and I started noticing that he was into the performance thing and making Harleys haul ass.
We had a lot of customers that wanted to go faster than their buddy, and I was the perfect guy for it. So they'd bring their bikes in, and should I cover this one up, cover that one up, so they don't see what I'm doing to this guy's bike? And I was, every week I was building kits and performance upgrades, and I got well known through the whole Southwest as being a tuner and building engines and doing performance.
Putting our eggs in one basket was probably the scariest thing that either of us have ever done, because we didn't know what would happen. We were told by the banks and everybody around us that only 1 in 9 motorcycle shops would actually make it to a 3-year mark. So the odds were completely against us.
All I know is I was going to work on bikes and I was going to build power and I'm going to do what I love. And I had no idea about building a company. All I knew is I wanted to succeed. So then once I figured out where I wanted to go and had the vision to where I wanted to go, then I was laser focused.
I've always been impressed with Nick because he was very passionate about what he was doing. He had a definite vision. I remember when I first came in there, we were talking and he says, "This is what I want the shop to grow to." A lot of guys come in, flash in the pan, get all jazzed up, get a lot of notoriety, then they burn out and go away. Nick never wanted that. He never wanted the limelight. He didn't want all this recognition. He just wanted to keep cranking out really quality product. And that, I thought, that's an enduring feature that's going to make this company last a long time.
I first met Nick in the early 2000s. He would ride in and so forth, and always just kind of quiet as a church mouse. When I approached him, he'd kind of just branched out on his own. He was trying to develop this turbo system, and like I said, Nick has always been towards performance and going fast and big motors, and he was developing a product back in the day that was kind of before its time.
Hi, my name is Nick Trask, owner of Custom Performance, the home of the Trask turbo system.
So in my opinion, Nick was the first one to put a turbo on a bike, a production turbo, and that really got him noticed.
The big deal was Harley in 2000, roughly 2000, started running fuel-injected motorcycles. So it wasn't the old carburetor, a couple of jets and da-da-da, and down you go. We did that, but when they started fuel-injecting things, it opened up a whole new window, and not very many people knew what they were doing. And so we really got in on the ground floor of that and enabled us to become the best, and we never wanted to compromise the quality of the tune.
I spotted it and I figured, and you said, you know what, I'm going to make this mainstream. I'm going to create a system that people can put on their motorcycle that's going to create a dependable power that they can ride for years. And I wanted to be factory-like finish, tucked in nice and tight, manufactured to the best quality.
This is a lasting legacy that we can, kind of run with. And no matter what the trends are, there'll always be people wanting to build motors and stuff. And that's really where we kept focusing on that.
It's taken off like crazy. It's one of the fastest growing companies, motorcycle companies in the world. Our machine shop went out of business. I purchased the machine shop. An exhaust company went out of business. I purchased the exhaust shop. I was natural at spotting opportunities, and I was a risk taker, and I started with nothing, so it was like, I got nothing to lose. I bought a machine shop, but I didn't know how to turn a machine on, right? So I kind of jumped the gun a little bit. I've got all these machines coming down, but I don't know how to turn the bugger on. So I hired a guy, Michael Ollie, and we're both from other countries, so we both had a different appreciation, and we looked at things different than most people. There's no limits, and you just look at it from a different angle. So that's why we got along so well, and I let him buy into my machine shop. Right? I says, "Hey, Mike, this is an opportunity for you. I'm making these parts anyway, so I need somebody to make these parts for me. I'm already selling them, so I need somebody to help me make these things, and I'll let you buy into my machine shop. And he's running the machine shop. We're creating parts. You know, we're building bikes, and we're having fun. We're making rock and rolling. Then I get a call one Saturday morning, and I get a call on the phone, and my R&D guy says, "Nick, you need to come down and I need to talk to you." I'm thinking, he's going to give me his notice. Why does he want to talk to me on a Sunday morning? He's going to give me his notice or something, or... I get down there and he says, "Yeah, Mike died last night."
We were completely devastated losing him. It wasn't just losing a business partner, but it was losing a family member, and it was really hard.
We're rocking and rolling. And you learn, man, you learn. There's so many things, man. I look back and go, man, Nick. No cross training, no backups, no backup files, right? Mike's programs, the only one that can read Mike's program is Mike. We had to re-engineer every part and redraw it and basically build everything all over again. Everything. And start from scratch. That's when we started to build processes and really start to dial things in. There was more opportunity, right? I got all this equipment. I have the equipment to make anything. I'm just making turbocharger parts, right? And I know it works, and I know what doesn't work, and I'm going to build products that work, make power, and that are unique and that are high quality. And then I go, well, shit, man, we need somewhere to sell it. We can do all this cool stuff, but I don't have a team that can sell it. So I team up with Drag Specialties, right? And I tried to get drag for 8 years, right? There was little old Nick, right? No one wanted to deal with little old Nick because he wasn't big enough, right? And some of my bikes were starting to be noticed in the magazines, right? So my bikes are unique in style, and they're starting to get recognition, right? All around the world. And I remember that day, Tom Motzko calling me up. Tom spotted uniqueness in what we do, and my styling, and it's helped build our brand into a world-renowned brand. With the more stuff that you do, the more credibility you get, and guys are noticing it, and we're getting the guys, the biggest names in the industry, my icons. The Alan Nesses, the Dave Perowitzes, the Donnie Smiths, and the guys that I respect were taking notice. I wanted to be like Roush is to Ford, or Shelby is, right? Shelby Cobra, Carroll Shelby. I wanted to have a name like that. And so I came up with the limited edition bikes. We did the LA frame assault bikes, and I had so many guys call me because they wanted the front wheel. It was unique to us. I designed it with Mike, my old partner that passed away. It was unique. I had so many guys who want to buy that wheel. No, you got to buy a bike. You can't get that wheel without a motorcycle.
Well, it's no secret that Nick is well known for his performance-minded thought process, and I'm of the same mold. Nothing better than getting after a bike on the street.
Yeah, no, we've built up a pretty good team. We're moving in the right direction. Our brand it's gaining momentum, and people want more, right? And we had the capabilities to make more, and we were creative enough to come up with unique products.
So I had confidence that he was going to get there. It's just the kind of guy that when you know him and you deal with him every day, you know that he's going to make it. This guy's going to make it, and he's not going to stop or let anything get in his way until he gets there.
Deer Valley and 3rd Avenue because a second alarm fire broke out this morning in the building behind me. It sounds like it's a restaurant supply business. Broke out this morning around 2 a.m. and joining me now is Captain Larry Suburbi with the details of what happened this morning. Kind of talk me through it.
2018 January, yeah, that was a hard one. That was a hard pill to swallow. Saturday morning, I get a call. Did you check the news out? Did you watch the news? No, I didn't see nothing. Yeah, our building burned. A building burned to the ground.
Originally it was reported as an exterior fire, some debris that was out. When they got on scene, had a forced entry into the building. They found a working fire on the inside with a large volume of fire. You know, a fire like this at 2 o'clock in the morning, there's not a lot of people in this area, so we don't know how long the fire had been burning. Went to first alarm pretty quick.
Half of our business, all of our inventory. It was January 14th, 2018, around 2 o'clock in the morning. We lost almost everything. We thought for sure this was going to be the end of Trask.
It was a horrendous loss. We'd lost our complete warehouse, new bikes that were in the process of being built for customers, R&D department, the fabrication department, welders, water jet, endless pieces of equipment and tooling.
This was my office. There you go, barely used file cabinet. A little patina on it. Absolutely fucked. Look at that. It's fucking crazy. Ah well. We'll come back bigger and stronger.
The only thing we could do was just grab a shovel, put on our mask, gloves, and just start digging out and salvaging whatever we could. Just keep moving forward.
I didn't know if that was going to be the end of him or not, but you know, part of me knew it wasn't, because this guy just battles through whatever happens to him.
A lesser man would have shut the door. I'll give you that. But not Nick. No, he used that as a tool to expand and make it better and bigger.
There's no failure here. Failure's not even in the cards. What was going through my head was, okay, I got to figure out how to protect my guys, how to keep my guys on so I can keep my business going forward. We're not going to lay down. That's all I know is to move forward.
Well, this weekend is a big event. It's a big event for the motorcycle industry. It's a really big event for Trask Performance because we built a motorcycle to compete in the Bagger Racing League.
What makes it so unique is just, I mean, you're on a 600+ pound motorcycle going into the corners at 100 miles an hour, 100. I mean, we went 130 this morning, you know, on a bagger, so it's like.
It's fresh, it's new. It's who would ever think a touring Harley on the road race course? Well, we got a Harley Davidson to compete with superbikes.
It's a challenge to make the motorcycle go as fast as you want to go,
and it's something that the industry needs. It's something that everybody needs to jump on, everybody needs to share, everybody needs to be a part of, because it's going to fuel the industry into a monster.
There's nothing cooler than a Harley that's not supposed to have a turbo hanging off the side of it. I mean, it's the same as these bikes aren't supposed to be on the track. That's what's cool about it.
I watch everything he's doing here with his race team and the Bagger Racing League, and more of it is just for his love for the industry and wanting to bring some energy into it and wanting to give it a boost.
The reason I chose Shane is because he's a humble guy. He's not cocky. He'll represent Trask brand really well. He's going to go out there and he's going to put on a good show.
I felt welcomed, you know, they didn't even know me. Nick's is one of the greatest guys I've ever met before, so just the crew alone is unbelievable, and they work together.
He's got a lot of experience in racing in general. He can give you specific things to work on versus us trying to guess, right? It's refreshing.
It's really cool for me to help them and that stuff. Their bikes are top notch, their parts are amazing, it's crazy.
Do you want to give a shout out to your team or your mechanic or everybody who helped you get here tonight?
Yeah, of course. I got to thank the whole Trask team for working so hard, and we're going out hungry and we're ready. So we're going to fight for that podium and over that top spot.
The energy's been up and down, man. We got highs and we got lows. So you're right, everybody's focused on trying to overcome the challenges. Everyone gets a little shitty with each other because you're so close and you're so tight and you're trying to get shit done. But you just keep overcoming the problems, man. Keep overcoming it, because we know we're gonna beat it, and we're gonna get out there and we're gonna rock it.
It's a team, you know. We're racing for the team, you know. I'm a one guy, but it's still a team.
There's 3 or 4 guys that are really, really fast, right? And I think we're up in the 3 or 4 guy range. When we get our bike to hold together, we got a chance of cleaning some clocks.
The feeling is just insane, for real. It's, you know, when you're sitting on the starting line, you put that shield down and everything kind of goes away, you know.
If you want to go fast, you talk to Nick. You know, you got Pistol Pete. He's out in the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin, and he sells probably more Trask turbos than anybody I know, right?
He's the turbo guy, the performance guy, throwing out the big dyno numbers, probably asked a lot of questions and listened a lot and really got to know him, and he's made a really huge impact.
Go fast, because he makes stuff go fast. You know, everybody's bike, he's worked on every turbo that's been put on a bike. It just creates incredible horsepower and incredible speed.
Quality, performance, his crew, his program. You know, he's constantly trying to improve. He's constantly trying to get better.
He's leading in the industry for sure, and groundbreaking, and you know, his attention to detail, and
nothing but the best, right? The best products for the best guys. And we're gonna go out there, we're gonna show them that Trask Performance is a contender and can be the best.
To see him out on track and to see the Bagger Racing League evolve to where it's at, you know, he's in the middle of it. You know, he really is.
The most exciting thing is they just want to have fun. You will do good having fun, so we're just going to keep going faster and faster.
being able to raise our boys, Cole and Holden, here from the time they were literally newborns till now. They have probably spent more than half of their life down here. They help out in many departments. In fact, when they were about 10 and 12, we bought them a little janitorial cart that they were so proud of, and their job was to clean all the bathrooms here at Trask Performance. It's a dream come true. That's what Nick set out to do. He wanted to be an innovator in the motorcycle industry, which seemed impossible coming from a small town in New Zealand. He moved here with absolutely nothing, and to see where he is today, I am very proud of him. I'm proud of us. I'm proud of our team here at Trask. We are truly a family business.
This is one of the hardest industries there is to make it in. We've watched them come and go. It doesn't matter how much money you have to have determination. You can never give up. I mean, you have to have a passion for this stuff, and Nick has all of that.
Most of the time, Nick never gives himself enough credit. He's a very humble person. He has always had the foresight to take things in this industry, in the motorcycle world, to the next level.
Who are really pushing the limits in the core values of what we do, right? And I think that reflects Nick.
He belongs in the Hall of Fame, right? He brings so much to this industry and has so much left to give to the industry. His journeys, in my opinion, he's just launching.
You know, they broke the mold when they made Nick. Where he's from, how he got started, it's an amazing story.
I know that Nick has went through a lot. He's lost almost everything in the past and built it back up, and he's come out on top. So that's why the Hall of Fame is probably a really great place for him to be.
His first thing he said was, "I don't know if I'm worthy." I think we all say that because we don't do this to try to get an award. We don't do this to try to be on that stage. You could hear it in Nick's voice. You could feel it in his passion. And you know you're not done. You know you're just getting started, as he said. That's the funnest part.
It's an honor to hang out with him. It's an honor to watch him grow. It's certainly an honor to be here to induct him. Folks, would you please help me welcome my friend, Nick Trask.
I think they're one of the best teams in the world, and they got heart and passion. They love building custom motorcycles, they love developing products, and we want to be the best. And that's what I inspire people, man. That's my job now, is to inspire the younger, so they know it's real, they know it's achievable.
I was just very proud for him. It almost brought a tear to my eye because I know how he felt.
He put in the hours, he put in the time, he put in the sacrifices, and he will be going down in history as a legend.
I'm really excited to see how this will inspire Nick because I feel like we're just getting started.
Yeah, it's a humbling deal, man. It's you got your icons up there, right? The Alan Nesses and the guys that paved the way for us, and then you're gonna have your plaque up on the deal that's forever, that kids get to see. And right, I want to make sure my kids are proud of me. I want to make sure that my kids can take their kids to the Hall of Fame and see my stuff on the wall and go, you know what? It's achievable.
Hi, my name is Nick Trask, owner of Custom Performance, the home of the Trask Turbo System.
And I'm here today to tell you my story.